It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Marie Aragon. I'm a member of the High Desert Poets. I live here in El Dorado, and most of my poetry is very grounded in ancestral Colorado, Mexico, familiar. My other writers are here with me tonight, and I've had my work published in a number of different literary magazines. Tonight I'm going to start out by reading a couple family type poems and then go of poems in February, and a political poem, and then a poem called How to Choose a Lover. And so I will let you know ahead of time. Capulin is choke cherries, and this poem is dedicated to my tia Corina, who was born in 1890, and when she went to school, it was difficult to teach, so they sent her home, and she helped with, raise the younger children and help around the house, and it goes back and forth in terms of her life. Picking Capulin. Fingers stained crimson and purple. Tia Corina always wears a cotton dress. She has a hump on her back, no teeth, never a lover. She helps her mother clean the house, make the beds, prepare the food, wash the breakfast dishes as her sisters school, the school that her father built. The Spanish peaks, a fleeting scent of pine needles, sweet clover, and wild lilies tease her senses. In the summer fields, her daily world vanishes. Come late August, the green chokecherry leaves turn red, mustard, then brown. Keep the horses at a distance, as the dry leaves are sweetened with poison, but the fruit is ripe for jam. Boil twice for safety, apples for pectin. Cook, then crush. Capulin boils in la olla on the wood-burning stove. She tests the jam on warm tortillas. A stringent taste of capulin makes her mouth water, confuses the palate. After the purple jars are stored in the winter cupboard, Tia Corina unties her apron, puts on her camisón, takes down her bun, lays her head on the pillow, and dreams of sweet clover, wild lilies, y a río that runs to the sea. This next one is about a colcha shawl, and colcha in Spanish means cover, so it can be cover for the bed, a shawl, cover for the piano, and the early Spanish women used the chorro make around. Colcha treasure. Where did it come from? I'm not sure. Carefully wrapped in mother's archival chest of scented cedar, an embroidered stitched colcha shawl. Push, pull, loop, anchor. Sheep, herded from New Mexico, natural indigenous dyes, charma, bush, Brazilian wood chips, and traded indigo, touched by earth and sky. Pull, loop, anchor, push. Smoky blue sabanilla cloth, rough textured tapestry, motifs of flora and fauna, long tassels sway in the high desert breeze, a simple grace. Loop, anchor, push, pull. My bones inform me that traveling from San Jerónimo to Torres over the Sangre de Cristo mountains along the Purgatory River, mi abuela, Apolina Benavides, packed her dishes, a silver cross, and the colcha shawl in a chest of scented cedar. Push, pull, loop, anchor. Wrapped in familial history, one ancestral strand connects my body and spirit. In my broken moments, a tender embrace. Anchor, push, pull, loop. This is a political one. Of course, the fire of Los Conchos. With a snap and a hiss, orange-red tongues of flame lick the ridges of Los Conchos. Jemez Mountain, thick underbrush, grass, pine trees dry, over 100 days, no rain. Cochati, Santa Clara, Jemez, Puebloans evacuate. Puye cliff dwellings threatened. Fields of corn, beans, and squash charred. Forest and watershed destroyed. Minutes to evacuate. What will they pack? Ancestral seed pot, turquoise, water, ceremonial drum, baby formula, family dog, no time for more. What would I take? Little orphan Annie, her cat food, Cherokee flute carved by Hawk Littlejohn, computer, meds, credit cards. I begin to pack just in case the smoke becomes a problem, just in case Los Alamos officials have a secret. Winds whip and swirl throughout the night. By morning, 40,000 acres felled. Angry forest wildflowers, zero containment. Run, mis hijos, coyote, zorro, y oso. Run, my children, coyote, fox, bears. Los Alamos National Lab safe behind a black line. Protected black burns. 20,000 barrels of nuclear waste stored in canvas tents above the ground, waiting to be hauled south for burial. Secretos, no más, no more secrets. There are elders who would say, está castigando por, God is punishing us for the secrets, the testing, the bombs. People of Hiroshima and Nagasaki prayed for death to come quickly in 1945. Governments, scientists, military, have they all forgotten? Pachamama remembers. She held children sicken, secretos, no más. She snaps and hisses her orange-red tongues of flame over the ridges of Los Conchos, 2 miles from Los Alamos. She tells the truth for all to witness, to wake us up, a warning this time. Okay, now we'll get into love here. Pinon trees to make a fine clothesline. On sunny days in El Dorado, I hang my wash. It whips in the wind, dries stiff, and smells of high desert, wild champas y rosas de Castillo. Every Monday, of hollyhocks and a trestle of saffron-colored roses. In summer heat and bare branches of winter, her clothesline made a fine rosary. Each one bypass purgatory, goes straight to heaven. Prayers made the hard times bearable. I hang your shirt, the excuse me. I miss scrubbing your back, the scent of your aftershave, listening to you sing as you iron my flannel shirts. You know the way home. No need for a map. Here in my west side garden de Castillo, no Hail Mary, or our Father can shorten the distance between us. Amor de lejos es para locos. A long-distance love affair is for crazy people. Wild horses. In the coolness of autumn, from my window, I watch horses, wild horses in the valley below, galloping, kicking up hooves, running with abandon, nipping at names, tails flying in the wind. Horses, wild horses, descendants of early Spanish colonial herds. Andalusian, Milano, Berber, fathers and forefathers ridden perhaps by Don Juan de Nieto himself. Their offspring, now indigenous to El Llano, roam the fields of Piñón y Chamisa, living on wind, water, and weeds. Horses, wild horses, echoes of an ancestral time. I watch the black stallion circle his band mares. An ever-watchful eye protects his territory. With a mighty hindquarter kick, young mustangs dare not intrude. They retreat for now. The stallion leads a young mare to the foothills of the Manzanos, nipping as they race, sweaty bodies touch, nostrils flaring, snorting, hearts pounding, fire in the blood. No trophies here. A simple birthright of a stallion, a wild, wild stallion. Now, in the glow of the sunset, I watch as you nap on the couch, newspaper on your chest, perhaps dreaming, echoes of time gone by, racing horses and a young mare. An occasional snore, or was that a snort I heard? Flaring of nostrils, pounding of hooves, tails flying in the cool evening air. Is there fire in the blood? My silver-haired stallion, mi corazón. This is about the desert willow. I particularly like the desert willow. It's so delicate, and yet it's strong, and its ability to be flexible. When desert willows speak, sun licks the horizon, magenta and raw umber streaks across the morning sky. It's February in Santa Fe. Snow is slow to melt in shady curves along the moss rock wall. Water in the rain barrel, once thawed, has frozen. I carry buckets of bath water to the small desert willow tree planted in September. Thoughts of your surgery heavy on my mind. Harold the Apache man dug a pit 3 feet deep, tossed black and native soil together with yellow straw and dry horse apples to draw down the taproot. Large stones surround the sapling, collect morning dew, nature's own drip system, substance for growth and life. The desert willow must gain strength, yet bend with cold winds from the Ortiz Mountains. Strong roots anchor and nourish as winter demands. Waiting for your recovery, I dig deep for solace. Once you promised to take care of me, even to the end, yet silence shields your pride. Desert willows reach for the sun, plumes of fragrant flowers, burgundy trumpets with yellow throats, sweet nectar for hummingbirds, a long distance from home. In time, the desert willow will shade the south portal, graceful branches, long, slender leaves, canopy. Alone in Florida, your wounded spirit and body heals. If you hear a whisper from westerly winds, winged bird of my soul, listen for the desert willow wisdom. Anchor roots deeply, gently. This is a new one. Let me see. In one part I talk about tu apellido, that means your surname. And azul, violeta, y amarillo blue, violet, and yellow, and luna and estrellas, moon, stars, abril, junio, y mayo, April, June, or May. How to choose a lover. In my former home in Chicago, I always faced the west to pray. New Mexico was my Mecca. Sandias, cerillos, manzanos, gemes, y los Cristos. Lonely, long-distant lovers called my name. Their promises echoed in my ear. High desert landscape, Apache plumage mesa, sagebrush and tumbleweeds, sunset painted by invisible gods, history carved, basalt, petroglyphs, red stone mesas with hidden pueblos. So many lovers, how could I choose? Cerillos, too young. Manzanos, too far, too distant. Los Cristos, too religious. Sandia with a big belly, a second choice. Taller, dark-faced, head in the clouds, Gemes. Yes, Gemes was my favorite. He lured me with artesian mineral pools, bathed me with warm, giggling springs, serenaded me with howls of Mexican gray wolves. We sipped wine made of prickly pear. He offered a bouquet of ivory yucca lilies, stiletto-shaped leaves, symbols of beauty and sturdiness. His muddy waters caressed my body. Warm, bubbling streams soothed my psyche. Our laughter filled the canyon walls. In spring, we nestled in fields of wildflowers. Torrential rains filled our cracked arroyo beds. First frost, a blanket of yellow cottonwood trees. We hibernated beneath a feathered quilt of snow. I have taken to Apellido, New Mexico, your skies of azul, violeta, y amarillo, veins of silver and turquoise. Gemes, I see your face from my north portal. We share the same desert night sky, glow of luna y estrellas. Bare hands hold my swollen belly. Inside a restless, wild legacy, we shall call it Abril, Junio, o Mayo. Thank you.